So it's you again. I thought you might show up. Well, it's the same thing as last year, Missy. We are sold out. Yeah, no. We are sold out. Here, look, read my lips. SOLDOUT. Sold out. I beg your pardon? Oh, you say it's twice as big as last year? Have you been using one of those vacuum devices? Well, it doesn't matter. A peckerhead once scorned never forgets. Now, fuck off. Who does he think he's kidding? I have it on good authority that PTM, in his case, doesn't mean pretty tough man. We're talking Princess Tiny Meat.
Just when you thought it was safe to go back into the theater, Men Behind Bars 3.
is what beauty can be. Beauty celestial, the best you'll agree. All for you, these beautiful girls.
Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Miss Sharon McKnight.
Thank you, Zena. Oh, flowers for me. Oh my God, my right tit wants to meet the band. What else is new? Actually, for the first 3 shows, I wore a t-shirt. I thought I'd pull all the stops out tonight. You think the bracelet's too busy? I don't know. They say diamonds are a girl's best friend. I wish I had some friends about the size of the big one here. But what's a girl to do? I'm so glad to be here, actually, even though it is a wet and wild weekend. I am just... honey, you should be backstage. You think that's sweat? It's rain. This theater needs a new roof desperately. I think that's going to be the next benefit I'll do. And, it's true. No, I just came back. I actually did a gig in Russian River on Friday night. Oh, let me tell you, there's no business like show business. And no, it was very exciting there. It was very exciting because we had no electricity and no running water, and you only had one flush to your toilet. That means you had to make it count, or you had to live with it for the rest of the weekend. Actually, I have just come back from a little tour. We did Belgium, Holland, and the Netherlands, and then another country called New York City. And we had a lovely time there. Some New Yorkers out there? Really? Are you from New York? Hey. Who cares? Actually, you like the new do? I have a new do here. This is a new do, a little two-tone job. I got it in Berlin. It kind of reminds me of the 56 Chevy Bel Air. Doesn't it kind of remind you of that? Yes. Actually, it's my pleasure now to be here and also introduce 8 gentlemen, or they call themselves gentlemen. So they said when they signed my dance card. And they have just newly formed a square dance team. Actually, I don't know why they call it square dance, because the last time I saw them together, they were doing something in a circle. But it was foreign to me, honey, you know what I mean? Actually, I'd like to meet them now. Ladies and gentlemen, Winchester!
Well, the bow to the partner and the corner salute. Circle to the left, go, lick a each go. Circle to the left and around you go. When you jump right out, do it over so it's here by the left and the corner by the right. Well, the partner left like an island bar, the boy swinging, got a back up star and a back on it, right where you are. Well, slip the clutch up out of man, here we go, right and a left grand. Grand right and a left, did you meet your mate? Take a hand and promenade her. Promenade go down the ring and promenade with the pretty little thing and the promenade go down. Hey, come on, dance up to the middle back. You square two and to get me, both hands around. Do it side all the way around. Swing through, go 2 by 2. Boys, you running a couple, circulate a move up. Be in line with a right left 2 and turn her, send her back a Dixie style of ocean wave. Boys, cross, run, recycle. Heavy to the left, do a Ferris wheel. Square, thick 3/4 around in the middle of the land. And I would man to lift that old left hand. Here we go, right in the left hand. Right in the left, and you meet your mate. Take her by the hand and promenade her. Promenade to go round the ring and promenade with the pretty little thing and the promenade to go round. Side couples up to the middle and back. Square through and to get me 4 hands around. Do a side up all the way around. Touch a quarter. Scoot back, boys run, star through, dive in, square through 3/4 around. Do an island man, or left that old left hand. Here we go, right or left grand. Grand right and a left, did you meet your mate? Take her by the hand and promenade her. Promenade to go round the ring. Head, come on, leap to the right, please. Circle up over the hip and break the kind of 4 up to the middle and back. Pass through and you wheel and deal. Do a double pass through, centers in, cast off 3/4. Pass through and you wheel and deal. Do a double pass through, centers in, cast off 3/4. Pass through and tag the line. To the right and curl straight in the line. Slide through, square through 3/4 around. Check out the corner, a left out of man. Here we go, right and a left grand. Grand right and a left, and you meet your mate. Take her by the hand and promenade her. Promenade to go round the ring and promenade to the pretty little thing. Do an element a left, element guard. Go right and a left and the boat swing in. Got a back up start and a back up on in right where you are. Hey, shoot it now, go forward to make another bar. The beat in the middle with a back up start. Hey, shoot the star, curly cue. Boys run an island man, or left that old left hand. A promenade to go down the land. Promenade and he sing. 480 chain straight across. Turn a little girl and I don't get lost. Hey, the ladies center me inside, hey, circle to the left, go down the way. Hey, the ladies center me inside, circle to the left, go down the way. Run out of middle left, and we'll style right to the partner balance there. Swing through, go 2 by 2, and a balance again. Swing through, go 2 by 2, and turn through with the partner. A left out of man, here we go, and you promenade on the east coast. promenade and around you go. Four ladies chain straight across, four ladies chain 3/4, side face, grand square, 8 steps. Do an island man, or lift that old left hand, bow to the partner. There you stand.
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Heidi Downard.
Okay, as you remember, Men Behind Bars gave birth to a whole new meaning for PC last year, and we're out here to give you another dose of it. Those pussies have been working very, very hard to make your yearly dose a memorable one. I cannot tell you how hard they've been working, and I hope that everything works out okay, because if it does, it'll be the first time. And you want them to come out here, you want me to stop talking, and I won't. Okay, please join me in welcoming the now world-famous and our pride and joy, the one and only Pussies. Come on, Pussies. Sock it to them. So charming,
As you all know, part of the proceeds of this performance will go for Gay Games 2. In their wisdom and benevolence, producers of Men Behind Bars felt it would be most appropriate to salute that wondrous group. How they're going to salute it is up to you. And up to their whims, you're going to love this one. The first Men Behind Bars featured a newcomer to San Francisco in the comedic vein. His name is Danny Williams. Since that time, Danny's exposure to the gay scene of San Francisco, and especially the comedy scene, has skyrocketed him to much acclaim. He is currently appearing all over town, emceeing and doing his shows. I would like you to please give a nice welcome to Christian Andrew, Kim Whittington, Will Tucker, Marty Backfield, and Danny Williams in a salute to Gay Games 2. Thank you.
San Francisco, August 1986. Gay Games 2. Let the games begin.
In song and in dance, I express myself as a member of a higher community. I have forgotten how to walk and speak. I am on the way toward flying into the air, dancing. My very gestures express enchantment. I feel myself a god. Supernatural sounds emanate from me. I walk about enchanted, in ecstasy like the gods I saw walking in my dreams. I am no longer an artist.
And he calls himself a top, honestly. Hi, I'm Danny Williams. How y'all doing? How you doing in the balcony? Always makes sense to make friends with the balcony because they can throw further. Nice to see you up there. Well, I'm having a good time and you guys are really cheering me up. I'm so happy too because I needed it. I had a terrible night last night. Terrible night. I had about 3 hours sleep. I had a terrible nightmare. I dreamed I was having a three-way with Ed Barbar Jr. and Paul from the Diamond Center. Oh! 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 Picture it. Oh, God. They kept trying to get me to accept easy credit terms. I couldn't deal with it. Oh. They kept doing poppers and saying prices real fast. $9.99, $9.99, $9.99, $9.99. The worst thing is, I wake up this morning, I have a new sofa bed and a ring. I don't want to know. I'm telling you, seeing those two on TV is just so weird. I mean, TV's strange anyway. Like a couple of months ago, CBS had a made-for-television movie starring Barry Manilow, who'd pay to see him in a movie, and he played a heterosexual. It was a science fiction movie, and can we dialogue? Okay, Joan Rivers in Mill Valley. Then I saw the news this morning. They were talking about all the medical advances over the past couple of years, and they talked about these transplants. Remember Baby Faye, who had the baboon heart? And they said that Baby Faye was not the first interspecies transplant. They said 4 years ago, Jerry Falwell had the first human weasel face transplant. It took. And so today's President's Day. What an exciting holiday. No. I think it's a great holiday, actually. I really do, because you don't have to buy presents, you don't have to cook a big, you don't have to send cards, you don't have to do shit. That's the holiday, I'm sorry. So today over here to salute the gay games, and we were talking about this before the show, that, you know, there's things that gay people do, and the straight community looks at it and they try their own version of it. And we look at things that straight people do, and we try our own version. Of course, we do a much better job, and, you know, most people have had 100 years to do the Olympics. We do it one time, and it was flawless. They got so pissed they sued to get the name back and called it the Gay Games, something I've been playing for years. And but it's sort of amazing because, like, look at how straight people do what we do. Like, look at Folsom Street, okay? For years there was nothing there but gay S&M bars, and now there's all these heterosexual fern bars. And see, I just can't get used to seeing yuppie S&M, you know? Muffy, come here, lick my boots. Oh, gag, they're domestic. Oh, you know? No, it's changed so much on Folsom Street, the Glory Holes is now a daycare center. I don't know. Here's your booth. If you want anything, just reach through the hole. And that's what I used to do. But on with the salute to the gay games. You know, we were talking about this. The last gay games had all these events that, you know, like track and field and swimming and weightlifting and all stuff. And we realized there's some things that gay people do that didn't have a competition in this event. And we were really upset about it. So tonight, we're going to have competitions in the events that were missed out. We're going to correct it tonight, okay? And to do that, we have flown in 3 contestants from all over the world to compete in our version of the gay games. The first contestant is from West Hollywood. Please welcome Binky.
Let's do brunch. I know this marvelous little place right off Santa Monica Boulevard. You can have Babu mimosas. And it's just a lot.
Binky, over there, please. Oh, wouldn't you like to just kind of... Anyway, that's why I moved from LA. Now, our next contestant, Mr. Leather, Australia, from Sydney's Oxford Street. Please say goodbye to Bruce. Okay, Bruce. Woo! Woo! How you doing, Bruce? Oh! Well, since I'm down here, guess they wanted to throw a few shrimps on the Barbie. Now, our next... I'm short, I can say it about myself. Our next contestant, he's in town only 2 days a year, and we're lucky enough to get him this weekend. From Trout Breath, Iowa, please welcome Gomer. Okay, Gomer, what do you want to do today, Gomer?
I want to win.
Okay, do it over there. Okay. Oh, God, what a sad group. Now, Gomer, over here. Okay, this is a little tragic. We're going to do our first competition. Gentlemen, are you ready for coffee table decoration? Ready? Thank you. No expense on this show, too small. Okay. A McDLT, and you get one of these for free. It's very nice. Okay, are you ready for coffee table decoration? Binky's... This is a man who has lived his life competition, I think, definitely. Ready, Binky? Go to it.
We have Barbara Crystal-Thomas. And let's see, we have architecture like Michael Thomas, my video dad.
Judges, they give it a 2.3.
What? 2.3? Can't start my singing movies, I'm gonna scratch your eyes out. I'll just take my pictures in the back on Monica Boulevard.
Get over it. Okay, now. Please, PSA has a flight every hour. Get my drift? Okay. Our next contestant from Australia, Bruce. Come on, let's do it. Okay, Bruce is bringing up a bag, and he is taking out let's see, some drummers, okay, and a six-pack. Okay. Good. Over here. And the judges, you a 9.8. Okay. Just to recap, that's a 9.8 for Bruce and a 2.3 for Binky. Yeah. Now, our next contestant, let's see what he does with a coffee table. Come on, Gomer.
I think Monday's eating 3 beers.
And Gomer gets a mercy 10. Okay. Oh, Gomer. If he had a brain, he'd be pitiful. Now, our next contest, you guys ready for the next contest? The drag race. Where are the high heels? Let's get them going. Come on over, guys. Here they come. Looks like something Dorothy would wear to a funeral. Those are nice high heels. Oh, God. Okay. Of course, Gomer's having trouble. He has to breathe and walk at the same time. And, gentlemen, mount your heels. Well, obviously, Binky's done this before. And it looks like Bruce is no stranger to pumps either. And of course, Gomer remains brain dead. Now, on your marks, get set, go! And there goes Binky. What an exciting and thrilling moment this is. And he's approaching the steps and, oh my, how exciting. Another airline romance. And Binky's the bottom. What a surprise. And Gomer's ready. Here comes Gomer. He's gonna do it. I think he's gonna do it. Go, Gomer. Go. 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 Done it. Gomer. Gomer did it. Woo. You did it, Gomer. Woo. Join us next year for Sarcasm and Attitude. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Mark Abramson.
Thank you, and congratulations on being clever enough to buy tickets to the last show when we have all the kinks ironed out, we hope. Anyway, one of the highlights of Men Behind Bars has always been the performance by Ed Stark and some of the bartenders from the Nothing Special, called Le Grand Ballet de Nothing Special. Of course, now the bar is called The Special. I work there. Ed and the ballet will be out in the second act with an entirely new number, but right now, Ed's going to take a giant leap in more ways than one and actually perform a male role. A ballet stolen from the Bolshoi in 1957, I think, and performed by the two queens who stole it. Ed Stark and Antonio Mendez in the roles of Anorexia Maxiphobia and Sasha Not So Nervous in the classic ballet Spring Waters.
Ladies and gentlemen, our very special guest star of the evening, Miss Gail Wilson.
Well, it was Saturday night and I was all alone when I started to hear a siren moan. The lights were flashing, there was such a clatter. I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. I looked out my window and what did I see? A big fireman looking up at me. He said, "Is this your car that's been leaking gas? It's a hassle, it's a hazard, it's a pain in the ass. If someone came by and threw a match on the ground, there'd be danger, there'd be havoc, there'd be flames all around." I said, "It's not my car and it's not my gas, so don't you be giving me none of your sass." He said, "I'm sorry, ma'am, if I caused you grief, but I gotta do my duty, I'm the fire chief." But he was kind of cute, his fireman suit, from the top of his hat to the tip of his boot. I said, "Well, I got a fire and you got a hose, and I sure have always wanted to touch one of those. I'm a hot tomato for your information. I want to be the queen of the fire station." Fireman, let me slide down your pole. I'm burning out of control. Oh, Captain, could there be any doubt? Save me, you gotta put my fire out. Well, Captain said to his loyal crew, "You gotta carry on, man, I got a job to do." Then he came on up and he stepped inside and he did it till I was satisfied. Well, Mama always told me that it wasn't right to invite a stranger up for the night, but I had fun and so did he. So to hell with Mom and hooray me. Fireman, let me slide down your pole. I'm burning out of control. Oh, Captain, could there be any doubt? Save me, you gotta put my fire out. So if you're feeling hot, burning with desire, don't waste time, put out that fire. Call a fireman, that's my recommendation, if you want to be the queen of the fire station. Fireman, let me slide down your pole. I'm ready, I'm burning out of control. Oh, Captain, out, save me, you gotta put my fire
Come on, baby, let the good time roll. Come on, baby, let me thrill your soul. Come on, baby, let the good time roll. Roll all night long. Come on, baby, yes, this is it. This is something I just can't miss. Come on, baby, let the good time roll. Roll all night long.
Come on, surfers, let's take our beach party to the beautiful island of Oahu, where he sang this song to me all day long. Pineapple Princess, he calls me Pineapple Princess all day as he plays ukulele on the hill above the bay. Pineapple Princess, I love you, you're the sweetest girl I've seen. Someday we're gonna marry and you'll be my pineapple queen. I saw a boy on Oahu Isle, floating down the bay on a crocodile. He waved at me and he swam ashore, and I knew he'd be mine forevermore. Pineapple Princess, he calls me Pineapple Princess all day as he plays ukulele on the hill above the bay.
friend. You broke my wit, but what a thrill. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. I've seen some muscle up, I've seen some checks. You got the punch weight that I like the best. My bells they ring when you shake that thing. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. Kiss me, baby. Feels good. Hold me, baby. Want you to love me like a lover should. You're fine, and it's time. Got to tell this world that you're mine, 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 mine. I like to watch you when you're in the gym, just making sure that you don't get too thin. Come on, baby, drive me crazy. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. You say my words and you're out of my brain. I just adore you, face my brain. You broke my will, but what a thrill. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. You broke my will, but what a thrill. Ooh, great balls of fire. Kiss me, baby. Kiss me, baby. It feels good. Kiss me, baby. Hold me, baby. Hold me, baby. Want you to love me like I love a should. You're fine, and it's time. Have to tell this world that you're mine, 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 mine. I just can't wait until I get you home, and then I'll knock you when we're all alone. Come on, baby, drive me crazy. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. I got flowers in the spring. I got you wear my ring.
Are you ready, Boots? Start walking.
When you're alone and life's making you lonely, you can always go downtown. You've got worries and all the noise and the hurry seem to help, I know. Downtown, just listen to the music of the traffic in the city. Linger on the sidewalk where the neon signs are pretty. How can you lose? The lights are much brighter there. You can forget all your troubles, forget all your cares. Go downtown, seems a big break when you're downtown. No finer place, sure, downtown. Everything's waiting for you. Don't hang around and let your problems surround you. There are movie shows downtown. Maybe you know some little places to go where they never close. Downtown, just listen to the rhythm of the gentle bossa nova. You'll be dancing with them too before the night is over. Happy again. The lights are much brighter there. You can forget all your troubles, forget all your cares. So go downtown, where all the lights are bright. Downtown, waiting for you tonight. Downtown, you're gonna be alright now. Help and understand you. Someone who is just like you and needs a gentle hand to guide them along. So maybe I can see you there. We can forget all our cares. Downtown, things will be great when you're downtown. Downtown, everything's waiting for you.
Lizzie, you should have held for that laugh longer. I told you that in rehearsal and you wouldn't listen. Still is a pretty good show.
Enjoying yourself?
I was watching that.
Then you're an idiot.
I won't have you speak to me like that.
Do you remember what year you did that show?
Well, yes, it was 1984, right after I gave up my leather title.
I did a show that year, too.
Yes, it was one of those cute little Patrick Toner parties, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't. It was a love story. Mucho amore. Mr. Marcus said it was the best thing I ever did. It never even played in the Castro.
Well, the times were hard then. Money was tight.
Everybody was doing fundraisers. It wasn't a good year.
No, it wasn't. It was a great year. They weren't interested in me. They were too busy giving a big build-up to that crap you were turning out. Mr. Big Fat Producer, Mr. Lousy San Francisco Leather, clap your hands, snap your fingers, think the whole damn world comes a-running. Dinner, Mr. Svitanich? Why, certainly, Mr. Svitanich. I'm sure we can find something appropriate for you, Mr. Svitanich.
Do you remember when I came home after the accident? You wouldn't say all those awful things to me if I weren't in this chair.
But you are, Jim. You are in the chair. And what's so awful about the things I've been saying to you? Now, be a good boy. Eat your din-din. Oh, by the way, Jim, we got sharks in the cellar. Hit it, girls!
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tom Amiano.
Well, listen, I have a message from Supervisor Wendy Nelder. She requests that the people on the balcony not pee in the aisles. This isn't the Strand Theater. What is Wendy doing? I mean, is she cable ready or what? I mean, she's obsessed by porta-totties. Jesus, great dinner conversation. Did that flush, Wendy? Well, I don't know. In Paris, they have a nice one that doesn't smell. She went to Paris to look at porta-totties, and I think that was very un-American. I mean, she should use our natural resources here in San Francisco, the phone booths, just like everyone else does. I'm sure the phone company knows about the trickle-down theory. We could rename it AT&P. And last year, Wendy went off the deep end. She said that if you drank the water, you would turn gay. H2O homosexuals are too obvious. I don't know what she was talking about. Now, she still lives at home with her mother and father, you know, and she's in her 40s. Can you believe it? She was 41 town and her daddy still called her Wendy. Everyone in Stonestown thought she was trendy. She's so au courant, I love it. Do you like the weather? We're having an aquacade here, you know. There's more holes in this ceiling than in the men's chorus. No, it's been very... I wouldn't know. I don't know. Jim Savanich told me. You know, I want to thank Jim and Mark for, putting on Men Behind Bars. I've had some of the most humiliating experiences as a performer that I could possibly have. Next year we're all going to have a reunion at the Betty Ford Center. And Jim and Mark are going to do a fundraiser for Betty. They're going to put the pictures of missing alcoholics on beer cans. You know, a lot has happened in the year that has gone by since the last Men Behind Bars. Get that on tape. And a lot has happened to me, but it gave me agita, some of the things that happened. Now, agita is this Italian word. You got to use your hands when you say it. It means aggravation with nausea. It's like how I felt when Ronald Reagan was shot and they didn't bring him to Kaiser. It's how Mr. Marcus felt when he asked for an Actor Jack and he got a Vegematic by mistake. Now, I've been doing a lot of traveling. I went back to my hometown, Newark, New Jersey, where they think that toxic waste is a fast food. Speaking of food, then I went to New Orleans, where they're into food, and they gave me this whole platter of crawfish. And I said, well, what are these? How do you eat them? They said, you suck the head and pull the tail. I said, that's why I left San Francisco, please. Then I went to L.A., lots of attitude, right? You had that bone structure check when you go into West Hollywood. If you can't do Meryl Streep, you're out. And West Hollywood has always had a lot of homophobia, in and around L.A. In fact, they have worse than homophobia now. They have something called homo-rambophobia. The irrational fear that the world will be taken over by a gym queen. And this is Mr. Shoulder Machine. And also, Sly Stallone has just released a porny movie of himself where he's nude. It's called No Big Thing. Uncut version. You serve wine with that cheese? Yo! Wrong! It's the people in the balcony again, I know. When I travel around, I try to be very careful. I mean, this has not been the year for airlines, has it? We're American Airlines, doing what we do best. Crash. Not nice. A whole new meaning to smoking and non-smoking passengers, So I fly my favorite airline, Gay Air. And I love the seating arrangements on Gay Air. You can sit either screaming or non-screaming. Anyway, there was an attempt to hijack Gay Air by a radical group of heterosexual extremists, the Republican Party. But this attempt was foiled by a radical group of homosexual extremists, the Shiites. She's tired and she's tacky and she'll never get this plane. All right. I gotta tell you, I read this in the paper. I had to read this to you. This is from that guy, the Rajneesh, the legend in his own mind. Listen to this. Quote, homosexuals are responsible for AIDS. They represent evil, and they either must change or leave, said the Rajneesh wearing a flowing blue gown. Mary, please. Well, sex has been the burning issue, except with my lover. Everyone talking about it, what's safe, what's not. So I tried phone sex. I saw this ad, I couldn't resist. It said, talk dirty to me. So I dialed and I went, hello?
I'm sorry, Mr.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Dr. Ruth!
I'm telling you.
Dr. Ruth!
Yes, I'm here. Talk dirty to me. Can all of you in the balcony hear me? All right, for those of you who can't, get your hands out of your pants and put them behind your ears.
Dr. Ruth!
Well, I'm sorry, a moment ago you were talking about phone
Phone sex, yeah.
Well, I know many of you probably practice phone sex, but how many of you practice safe phone sex? Now there are a couple things in order to practice that you must do. Firstly, in order to have safe phone sex, you must lubricate the phone thoroughly. Secondly, now this is a type of unsafe phone sex. Imagine you're on the phone. You're schmoozing, you're kibitzing, perhaps you're in the midst of an erection. And then you realize your phone is tapped. Your phone is being bugged. That is not safe phone sex.
True.
Why pay for someone else's enjoyment?
Absolutely.
Right? Also, there is a certain kind of safe phone sex I recommend, and it is conference calling. All right, I'm here. Do you have any questions?
Yes, yes. We surveyed the people at the BART 16th Street, and they came up with these questions. Maybe you can help us out. Dear Dr. Ruth, I live in a lovely white house in our nation's capital. Whenever I get ready for sex, my dog Lucky jumps in between me and my husband, the Gipper, not his real name. The dog goes down on me, and I enjoy it more than my husband. Is this normal? Signed, Damp and Dumbfounded.
Actually, that is quite normal. After all, don't we all want to get lucky? Do you have another question? Thank you.
Lucky and slapped, Dr. Ruth. Here we are. I am married to a very powerful woman, the mayor of an unnamed gay mecca. El Cerrito. Our favorite fantasy was she would be Mount Everest and I would climb her dressed as a police chief. Lately, though, she says her mind wanders to the abominable Bigfoot and wonders if everything about him is big. Will this wilt her bow, signed Glum and Blum?
Well, it's very good. She seems to have a very active fantasy life, and I don't think she has to worry about the bow, and goodness knows she certainly doesn't have to worry about her hairdo.
That old Planet of the Apes style that she has. All right. I write a weekly column for a San Francisco gay rag. Whenever the deadline approaches, I pound my meat instead of my typewriter. Should I change my ribbon, signed Wet Boxer Shorts?
May I see that question?
Certainly.
Oh, Mr. Marcus!
Let's give that away.
I mean, Marcos.
Marco.
Mr. Marcos. Take a vote on it.
Very good, Imelda. Gonna go shopping at Neiman Marcos. All right. Can Ronald Reagan still enjoy butt fucking even after his colon surgery?
Well, personally, I would only advocate this type of activity with the use of a condom. And as far as Mr. Reagan is concerned, he only really enjoys fucking people over. Which for him is generally a group activity, usually involving the gay community.
The color pink makes me have orgasm. Am I a commie? Signed Mary Kay.
No, you are a sexist capitalist pig. Next question.
Dr. Ruth, my darling, is farting in each other's faces safe sex? Signed Omar Gaddafi.
That question stinks. We all know where Mr. Gaddafi got his name. Talk dirty to me.
All right, our last first question of the evening. Are there any sexual practices unique to San Francisco?
Yes, there are. You wrote that question. It is known as cable car cunnilingus or riding therein. Now, in this fetish, the last derriere is exposed to the cool grease touch of the steel. At which point, a partner takes a belt, ties it around the waist, and then around the cable car. Then they are ready for their scenic tour through San Francisco, which I might add is especially scenic for the pedestrian.
Where do they reach the point of orgasm?
Very good. At what point do the participants reach orgasm? Paul and the market.
I know that place. Thank you, Dr. Ruth. Was it good for you?
Thank you. It was marvelous.
Thank you so much. Susie Berger, thank you so much.
Thank you. Woo!
The Sleeping Beauty, Rose Adagio, or Aurora's Nightmare, starring the Grand Ballet Do Nothing Special with Ed Stark, Mark Ferrari, Doug Ken, Richard Ruggiero, and the former Mr. Drummer, Ray Perea. Put your hands together and welcome them. Thank you. I'd like you to please give a nice welcome to Marilyn and Jane and Diamonds, our girl's best friend.
Just two little girls from Little Rock. We lived on the wrong side of the tracks. But the gentlemen friends who used to call, they never did seem to mind at all. They came to the wrong side of the tracks. Then someone broke my heart in Little Rock. So I left the pieces there. Like a little lost lamb I roamed about. I came to New York and I found out that men are the same way everywhere. I was young and determined to be wined and dined and ermined, and I worked at it all around the clock. Now one of these days in my fancy clothes, I'm going back home and punch the nose of the one who broke my heart. The one who broke my heart. The one who broke my heart in Little Rock. Little Rock, Little Rock. Little Rock. I'm just a little girl from Little Rock. A horse used to be my closest pal. Though I never did learn to read or write, I learned about love in the pale moonlight. And now I'm an educated gal. I learned an awful lot in Little Rock. And here's some advice I'd like to share. Find a gentleman who is shy or bold, or short or tall, or young or old. As long as the guy's a millionaire. For a kid from Wall Street, I did very well on Wall Street, though I never owned a share of stock. And now that I'm known in the biggest banks, I'm going back home and give my thanks to the one who broke my heart. The one who broke my heart. The one who broke my heart. In Little
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jim Spatanich and his ever-devoted secretary, Ms. Peckerhead.
We have now come to a special moment for me. In the past 3 years, we have always done a tribute to ballet, but we have neglected to hit the opera. I would like to now present, and I will call them by their operatic nicknames. All divas have an operatic nickname. La Larda, La Obesa, La Enorma, La Rotunda, La Blimpa, La Giganta, La Immensa, and La Schwarza. She replaced Leontine Price. In The Revenge of the Valkyries.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you all know, we have a fine mayor of our city. She has consented to grace our presence tonight. May you please give a nice welcome to last year's blockbuster, Mayor Dianne Feinstein.
Cut. Hail to the Chief is not the right music. Yet. Oh, thank you, Marcus, so much. You know, my favorite part of this whole show has been when that pigeon came out and made love to Marcus's face. Probably the most sex she's had in some time. But seriously now. You know, I love my new home in Presidio Heights with my husband Dick, but sometimes one gets a little more dick than one wants.
Never.
And so, well, and so it's important to have a little getaway. And I want you all to come and get away with me. I know a dark, secluded place, a place where no one knows my face, a glass of wine, a fast embrace. It's called the Mayor's Hideaway. Ole, all you see are silhouettes, and all you hear are castanets, and no one cares how late it gets, not at the Mayor's Hideaway.
Did you ever happen to hear of voodoo? Hear it and you won't give a damn what you do. Tom-toms put me under a sort of voodoo, and the whole night long I don't know right from wrong. Hot voodoo, black as mud, hot voodoo in my blood, that African Nobody is meaner than me. Hot voodoo makes me brave. I want to misbehave. I'm beginning to feel like an African queen. Those drums bring out the devil inside me. I need some great big ape to ride me. Got voodoo head to toes. Hot voodoo, burn my clothes. I'm going to places. I want to be there. Hot voodoo.
Hello, everyone. Just enjoying myself at my little hideaway. Hope you are too. In fact, girls and girlines, I feel those jungle drums inside me, and I've got my big ape to ride me, so hope you find yours. Times have changed, and we've often rewound the clock since the Puritans got a shock when they landed on Plymouth Rock. But today, any shock they should try to stem instead of landing on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock would land on them. In olden days, the glimpse of stocking was looked on as something shocking. Heaven knows, anything goes. Good authors too, who once knew better words, now only use four-letter words, writing prose. Anything goes. The world has gone mad today, and good's bad today, and black's white today, and day's night today, and all the guys today, the women prize today, are just silly gigolos. Though I'm not a great romancer, I know that you're bound to answer when I propose. Anything goes.
When mothers up and leave their fathers because they decide they'd rather love tennis pros. Anything goes. When grandmama, whose age is 80 in nightclubs, is getting matey with gigolos. Anything goes. If driving fast cars you like, if those bars you like, if their limbs you like, if old hymns you like, if Mae West you like, or me undressed you like, no one will oppose. When every night the set that's smart is indulging in nudist parties in studios. Oh, anything goes.
Something in excess of 2,000 man-hours a week went into this production with this wonderful cast. Believe me, it wasn't easy when you're involved with two evil queens like our co-producer and director, Mr. Mark Abramson and Mr. Jim Svitanich.
Thank you. There are too many people to thank. God. Well, okay. Anybody have a copy of the program? One thing I want to thank my dear friend and employer, Ed Stark, for giving me the time off work to do all this. And thank you. And a special thanks to City Swing and Wayne Love for their incredible... Jim. He's speechless. Oh, Gail, it doesn't match your dress. I'm so sorry. Oh, that's right.
It's my turn.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jim wasn't. No.
For 3 years now, I've had the privilege of standing on this stage at this moment with 3 incredible casts and audiences that you could only pray to get. And I thought to myself, my God, James, you are a lucky man. And tonight, I'm even a little luckier because I can share that with someone very special to me because my mother is here in the audience tonight. And I know she's going to show me. I have to say one thing. She saw the video of last year, and so when I asked her to come up, she asked me if the Follies Men were going to moon. And I said, Mother, I've never staged it for 2 years, but they've always done it, so don't be surprised if they do. Guys. And I said, chances are, if they do, someone sitting in front of you will jump out of his seat and you won't be able to see anyway, so you have nothing to worry about. Anyway, Mark, this is just too wonderful, but we've always done something at the end of this show that there's something missing. There's got to, no. You were the one that started that, so just keep quiet. What's missing?
Is this where I do my wheelchair act? Oh, no. No. We do something about San Francisco?
That's right, San Francisco.
San Francisco. It wouldn't be gay in San Francisco without Jose.
You know better than to ever play that song in this theater.
What? It's in the wrong key?
It's the wrong song. Could we have the right one?